Tackle Junkies, what's going on, fellas? We'll appreciate you guys clicking on the video. If you guys have not subscribed to the channel yet, definitely subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell, the way you guys are notified every time I pump out a new video. Today we're going to review the Tatula 100. Alright, just a quick heads up, guys. If you guys are new to the channel, I do not do real reviews like the next guy. Okay, I keep it pretty simple. I don't go over the basic information you guys can find online or on the box. I keep it pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Is the reel any good? Should you buy it? Okay? Now, I also like to compare one reel to another, and some guys don't like that either. But the reason I like to do it, let's say you're at the $100 price point, okay? There's not a whole lot that separates one reel from another. Now, if you have a $100 reel and a $500 reel, obviously there's going to be some pretty big differences there between the two. But again, if you're talking 100 to 100, 200 to 200, there's not going to be a whole lot that separates one from another. So that's why I may say, look, if you're a Daiwa guy, get the Daiwa. If you're a Shimano guy, get the Shimano. Again, it's going to be small things like that. Brand preference, braking system preference, feel in hand, grips, little things like that. It's going to make you pick one reel over another. Okay? Now, this is the Tatula 100. I do believe they come in 3 different sizes. If you need more line capacity, go with the 200. They have the 100 here, and then they have the 150 there right in the middle. Okay? Now, I always like to give Karls a shout out if he carries a product that I'm talking about. I do not believe he carries the 100, but I do believe he carries the 150. I'm sure a majority of you guys are members, so if you guys would like to check out the 150 size reel, you can head over there to Karls. If you're a member, save a few extra bucks on your reel. If you're not a member, a link down in the description. Definitely check that out. I'll also link the 100 and 200 down there as well. But it's always nice to check out Karls first so you guys can save the most money on your purchase. Again, we do have the 100 here. And if you guys seen my video that I did on the Daiwa Reel Vault, you'll know that I've been using the Daiwa Tatulas for many years. Okay, it's a fantastic platform. I really can't say anything bad about the Tatula reels. I'm sure you yourself or even a buddy you know or somebody has used a Tatula reel. And again, I'm sure they love them. Okay. Now, the original Tatula was a pretty big reel. Pretty big frame. Now, I have a pretty big hand, so for me it was pretty comfortable, but I know a lot of guys didn't care for that reel because of the size of the frame. Then they came out with the CT, a little bit smaller, more compact. Now, this one here could be the same size as the CT. I really didn't compare one to the other, but to me it feels smaller in hand. Okay, I will say out of all of the Tatulas that I've used, the original, the CT, this one, the SV, this one here is the most comfortable by far. Most comfortable in hand, and I love the grips. Probably my favorite grips on a Tatula as well. Now, I do have the Elite. I have not used it yet. That'll be one that I'll review this year. But as far as the ones that I've used goes, this one here is by far my favorite. Now, not the best caster of the ones that I've mentioned. I'd give the edge to the SV on casting distance. But again, you would not be disappointed at all with the casting distance of the 100 here. Again, all the Tatulas are great casting reels, okay? Has a lot to do with that T-wing system on there. You guys can see that T-wing system there. You do backlash less with that T-wing system. It just allows more line to go through there versus like, a little bitty hole like on majority of your reels. You got to think if you have, a lot of line on your spool, depending how far the spool is to the line guide, the smaller the hole, the more problems you're going to have with a backlash. With a slot there, again, this allows the line to go through there more freely, especially on an angle, because again, you have a slot to go through versus a little hole. So again, all the Tatulas, especially all the T-wing system Daiwa reels, are all fantastic casting reels. Okay, but like I said, by far my most comfortable, or the most comfortable Tatula that I've used to date. Okay. Now, a couple little things that I want to point out. You guys know that I always complain about the braking system on the Daiwas. Okay, I love it's got to put it this way. I got like a love-hate relationship with this braking system. I love that you can adjust it so easy, but I hate that you can adjust it so easy because half the time you move it and you don't even realize you moved it. So you're fishing, you catch a fish, you set the hook, whatever the case may be. Next thing you know, you've lost casting distance, or you're starting to backlash, that's because you've moved this dial and you don't even realize that you've done it. Now, that being said, with this particular reel, I really don't have that issue. It seems like the dial is just a little bit stiffer, a little bit harder to turn versus the previous models. It's still easy to do it, no doubt, but again, it doesn't seem like it moves as freely as the other ones that I've used, so I really don't have that issue with this particular reel, which is a big bonus for me just because, again, I love the braking system, but I hate that feature, or that happening, and again, it does not happen with this reel, so that's great. It does have the zero adjustment tension knob on there now, so it's not a clicking or anything like that. It's a zero adjuster. So what that means is really from the factory, it's good to go. You're going to get the best performance out of the reel from the factory. I've had some guys message me freaking out that they moved that dial. Did they mess up the reel? Okay. All that really does, or all they did was from the factory, is they took all the play out of the spool. So if you do loosen it up or tighten it up, just make sure when you tighten it back up or try to get it to factory setting that there's no slop or play side to side in the spool. Once you eliminate the play, you're probably pretty close to the factory setting. So you can move it. It's a little bit stiffer or harder to turn than your traditional tension knob, but again, you can move it if you choose to. Again, if you're going to get it back to stock, just get all the play out of the spool and you'll be good to go. But guys, other than that, I mean, there's not really a whole lot more for me to say about it. Like I said, they're all great casting reels. This is the most comfortable to me. Again, I do like that the braking system dial is a little bit stiffer than before, and again, the zero adjuster, it's fantastic. You don't really need the play in the spool like you do on other reels to get good distance. I mean, it's a great casting reel. Like I said, I would give the edge to the SV as far as distance goes, but other than that, I mean, this one right here is it's 5-star reel. Put it that way, it's a 5-star reel. If you are in the market for a Tatula 100 or even the 150 or 200. This platform here is fantastic. Now, I would compare this reel to really any $200 reel. You guys know I love the TCS reels, the SX reels, even the SV. Now, those ones that I mentioned, I believe they all cast lighter lures better, and they probably would outcast this reel. But again, as far as feel goes, performance, quality, it's with those reels, I mean, no doubt. But again, you wouldn't be upset at all with the casting distance, you know, with this reel, just because I say it doesn't cast as well as those others. It doesn't mean it's a dog. I mean, this reel still will bomb a lure out. You know, I've used 15-pound fluorocarbon on it the most. It's in a 6-speed reel, and of course, I'm throwing crankbaits with it. You know, imagine that, me cranking, you know. But anyways, yeah, I got it here on my crankbait rod. Like I said, 6.3 reel, 15-pound Cigar and VizX. And I did a ton of cranking with it last season. Fantastic power fishing reel. So anyways, guys, that is my review on the Tatula 100. If you guys are in the market for this reel, definitely check them out. Links down in the description. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the thumbs up. We will see you guys on the next one.